So, my students, I hope that all of you are fine and doing well. So, why I'm before you is to guide you on how to revise the GST just before your final exams. That means the day before exam strategy is the thing what we are going to discuss now. So, definitely after seeing this particular video, I assure you that approximately you have to spend only 20 minutes on watching this particular video. By that, you are able to save your preparation time. So, my dear students, please remember the people who work smarter will get more results than the people who work hard. So, in our CA, do the smart work. So, instead of hard work. Okay. So, that is the point you should remember, ma. So, how to do that smart work is depending upon a strategy. Now that strategy is known as day before exam strategy. That is the thing what we are going to start now. So now what are you waiting for? So please get ready with a book and pen and note down the points while we're discussing those ones. So let us start this session. So the first is, how many hours of preparation is required for GST? So here, generally, what will be the effective hours, ma? From the end of the previous exam until the next exam is commenced, what will be the effective hours? I'm not asking you how many hours that will be there on your watch. I'm asking you how many effective hours they will be there. The effective hours may be approximately 25 hours, ma. So let us assume we have 25 effective hours. In that case, income tax is a vast syllabus, na? That's why we allocate 70 hours to our income tax, and whereas with respect to our GST, it is 8 hours. So better to allot at least 17 hours to income tax and the remaining 8 hours for revising the GST. Okay, ma'am. So, of course, you are free to change that. Of course, you are free to change that. That means if you are more comfortable with the income tax, you can allot more hours to the GST. If at all you are comfortable with GST, more comfortable, then you can allot more hours to income tax also. But this is optimal time utilization, what we are having of the 25 hours, allot 17 to income tax and 8 to our GST. Wow, this is a plan of action, what we should do as a smart strategy. So in those 8 hours, what you should do is, you should first use the 1.5 hour for the revision of latest RTPs, MTPs and amendments, 2 hours for the revision of the problems, for the revision of the theory and analytical questions, 4.5 hours it should be done. So while making this particular plan of action, myself, that means me and our academic advisor Prakash sir actually discussed thoroughly all these things. And with his guidance and with his support, actually I'm able to make this plan of action. So we spent approximately some 2 to 3 hours for deciding what is the optimal time for this GST and how much hours that should be allocated to each area. Like this, that means 1.5 hours for these RTPs, MTPs and 2 hours for the revision of the problems and 4.5 hours for the revision of theory and analytical questions. So in this, definitely our academic advisor Prakash sir direction was very much useful for me, and I think it will be more useful for you also in this case. So frankly speaking, without the support of the management, so we may not be able to make this particular video now, and it may not be reached you. So definitely we means myself, because to make you a successful person in our GST exam. So definitely this particular video, for making this particular video and in the same way for playing it to you, so we both are indebted to the management for this. So definitely thank them, but not now. Definitely when you got the more marks in our GST, so then please put a message to the management or our academic director Prakash sir with respect to how much this particular video is useful to you. Then definitely himself as well as myself, it will give a boost up to us to do more this type of strategies or more these types of works that can make you more success. Okay, now let us come to the topic. So this allotted hours. So RTPs, MTPs and the amendments are the most important areas. First prepare these areas truly as they are very important from the examination point of view. RTP relating to the attempt you are going to write. Along with the latest amendments, but not confined to this attempt, that is December 2021 attempt only. The previous attempt amendments as well as this amendments you should see. Along with the two set of MTPs that is related to the attempt. For that RTPs and amendments, the allotted time will be 45 minutes, and whereas with respect to the MTPs, the time will be 45 minutes. Okay. And now we are going to enter into the most important area, that is the priority. The first priority will be the most important areas that will be repetitively going to be asked in the exam, and second priority will be till now no question is asked in these models, but there are chances to ask. Third priority will be they are less important concept but still needed to be prepared. Please keep it in mind, there is no unimportant topics in our CMA, only less important topics will be there. So keep it in mind, the word I use or less important but not unimportant. So the order of preparation, already you got a better idea. First, we should prepare the first priority items in all chapters of GST. Second, after that, we should prepare second priority items in all chapters of GST. After that, prepare the third priority items in all the chapters of GST. So now we will see. So here, this particular GST in our Masterminds material, which is there in 10 chapters, me and our academic advisor Prakash sir, after having a discussion, already I told you, we divided the concept into two areas. Part A, problematic chapters, and Part B, theory chapters, like that. So for Part A, in problematic chapters, 2 hours is allocated time. The first problematic chapter is time and value of supply. Further, the allotted hour is 1 hour. So in this case, the first priority topics will be the topics with respect to FCM and RCM, that means 12.2 and 13.2, 12.3 and 13.3. Along with that, section 15, value of supply, that means 15.2 inclusions, 15.3 exclusions. And the second priority will go to additional consideration, that means 12.6 as well as 13.6. Vouchers, and third priority will go to vouchers and residual cases, that is 12.4 and 12.5, 13.4 and 13.5. This is with respect to first chapter. And second is ITC input tax credit, which is the most important and will be compulsorily asked in the exam, that too in compulsory question. So in that, the first priority items will be conditions for ITC 16.2, maximum time limit for claiming the ITC 16.4, negative list of GST 17.5, special cases on ITC reversal 18.4, and ITC reversal on the sale of capital good, that is 18.6. These are the section numbers I am telling you. And second priority will go to ITC in proportion to taxable supplies. Okay. Like so 17.2, 17.4, like that. And ITC with respect to special cases and fixed assets, those things will be there in the third category. And now we are coming to Part B, theory chapters. Further, the allotted time is 4.5 hours. In the theory chapters, the first chapter is Introduction to GST. Further, 20 minutes is more than sufficient. So in that, the first priority will go to the constitutional provisions with respect to GST, that is article number 245, 246, 246A, 269, and dual GST model, post GST implication on petrol, 279A, GST council are the first priority items. And I am just specifying to the third priority, difference between DT and IDT and benefits of GST. What are the remaining chapters in that particular, remaining areas in that particular chapter comes under second category. Okay, second priority items. Okay. And after completion of this first chapter, definitely the supply under GST. For that, the allotted time for you is 45 minutes. It is the most important topic. You can see here, there is no third priority. That means it is the most important chapter. So in that, the definition of the goods and service, business, deemed supplies concept, importation of services topic, and composite and mixed supply, section 8. These are the first priority items. What are the rest of areas? They will come under second priority. And third one is levy and collection of GST, 45 minutes. For this is also allotted time. In that, the first priority will go to 9.3 RCM and section 10 composition scheme. And second priority will go to 9 subsection 1 general charging section and 9.5 GST is to be paid by the ECO. And whereas 9.2, 9.4 comes under third priority areas. Okay. And now we comes to exemptions. Exemptions is the most important chapter because it can be clubbed with the other chapters as well as it can be asked separately. That's why 45 minutes is needed for the revision of this exemption topic. In that, the coaching services, agriculture related services, exemptions, education services, health related, passenger transportation, legal service, artist performance, goods transportation related exemptions are most important from the examination point of view. They will come under first priority. Whereas charitable trust related and right to admission to various events like that, generally they will come under second priority and rest of the areas will come under third priority. Like exempted goods, construction related, life insurance, general insurance, banking and financial, leasing related, sponsorship, government services, all these things will come under third priority. And next one is registration, because chapter number 5 and chapter number 6 we segregated them as a problematic part. That's why the next chapter is registration. Further 30 minutes is more than sufficient. It is majorly a pure theory chapter. In that, section 22, persons liable for registration, section 24, compulsory registration, as well as effective date of registration, and section 29, cancellation of registration. And I divided the third category, that is third priority 27, registration with respect to CTP and NRTP, and section 28, amendments relating to RC. These are the third priority items. What are the remaining items that will be there in second priority? And next one is tax invoice, debit note, credit notes, and e-way bill. For that also, the allotted time will be 30 minutes. It is also majorly a theory chapter pure. So in that, the first priority chapters will be tax invoice, debit note, credit note, revised tax invoice, and e-way bill. Whereas receipt voucher, refund voucher, and payment voucher are the third priority, and the rest of the areas will be there in second category. Okay. And eighth one is payment of tax. Eighth one is payment of tax. With respect to payment of tax here, e-cash ledger and as well as section 50 interest is the first priority items, and rest of the areas comes under second category. There is no third category with respect to payment of tax. Whereas with respect to returns, the allotted time will be 30 minutes. GSTR 1, GSTR 3B, CMP 08, and here also I did not cover it because I covered that point in amendments. So QRMP scheme, that is the latest amendment. Already I referred it in the amendments. That's why it was not there in the this particular slide. QRMP, that means quarterly returns and monthly payment scheme. It is the latest amendment. Definitely questions will be there on that. So you have to refer further the amendments material. And whereas features of GST return filing mechanism, purpose of GST returns will come under third priority, and the rest of areas will come under second priority. Okay. And So this is important one. If at all we already provided fast track material to you, then in that case, whatever the theory topics that are there, you can refer the fast track material for this subject. Okay, after that, definitely you can come to the main material to see any areas which are not covered in the fast track material, as well as to do the problems or analytical questions. So if we already provided fast track material for this subject, already we provided that, then first prepare the same for all the chapters and then come to the main material if at all those topics are not covered in fast track, and for doing problems as well as analytical questions. But keep it in mind, while doing the masterminds material, not only classroom discussion, you should do all the assignment problems or as the additional problems that are given. In simply, what are the total problems that are given in your material? All those problems should be practiced. Okay. Should be practiced mean not on this day. They should be practiced previously. But now, if at all, sir, so many problems are there now, so many analytical questions are there now, then how do we prepare in the main material? Because time you said to us is only 8 hours. In that for problems, you allotted us only 2 hours. For that, I just come with a solution while preparing the problematic chapters of part A. Remember these points. It is not required to solve the problem now as the available time is very less. Just observe the solutions carefully. Just practice only the difficult problems, or give some special importance to difficult points in them. Revise the summary of the problems for a chapter which you have written previously, or some special points highlighted before starting the preparation of first priority model questions. That means there is no need to write everything, you don't need to practice everything. So what are the models that are important from the examination point of view? In that, pick up the difficult one, only practice that one. And for the remaining ones, just observe the solutions carefully. So my advice is, what are the problems that are given under RTP or MTP, you should practice more. And whereas in the main material, whatever the problems that are there, definitely you may have practiced while preparing for Sunday exams, while if at all you are a student of masterminds, then definitely the study hours batch you have joined with in that. So in that study hours and exams batch, definitely you may come across many grand exams and many exams that will be prepared by a separate team. All of you know that. Definitely if you are a student of masterminds, definitely you know what is the standard of the question paper, because there will be a separate team that is preparing your question papers and grand exam papers under the supervision of our academic advisor Prakash sir. So definitely you know the quality he provides. So I'm not talking about that one actually, but the topic is here. Already if you are a student of masterminds or joined in the study hours and revision exams batch, definitely all those masterminds problems or other problems are already covered in those exams. So that's why now you need to practice is only the MTPs and RTPs. That is more than sufficient, and observing the remaining problems carefully is sufficient for you. Okay. So the next question is, can I leave theory questions as a choice in GST? No, it is not possible in this subject, because approximately 60 to 70% of the questions will be on the theory. That's why you cannot avoid theory just like in other your problematic areas. So these are the points you should focus while preparing the subject map. I hope this video is useful to you. So please make a note of the things what we have discussed in this video. So definitely I hope this video will be helpful to you for writing the exam and getting the success. So God bless you. So all the best to all of you for your December 2021 attempt. Bye to all. Signing off. Rajshekhar, GST Faculty, Masterminds.